Hello and welcome to the demo for Robot Arena Survivors, which is by Shiny Games, who is the same developer that made the excellent Escape Space. And, and obviously, with it being a demo, there's a lot of things that are probably going to change over time. I guess we'll just start and begin. I have to complete the previous first. Man, I always prefer to be able to start, not necessarily at the easiest mode. I don't know, it's okay. It doesn't bug me too much. As I said, the developer of Escape Space, which was one of the best shoot 'em ups that's come out in quite a while. So the developer basically has, carte blanche when it comes to me. I don't know if that's the proper word, but they have a proven track record of making high-quality games for me, so when I've heard this was being worked on, I instantly threw it on my wish list, and yeah, now here I am. I get to do this, and I'm, happy to do so. I destroyed all my enemies. I mean, definitely need more guns, though. Nice, shiny graphics. I like the lighting. I'm actually really surprised that despite the fact that I've played hundreds of these mobile tower defense simulators where you're the tower games, I haven't run into a situation where I've grown tired of them. I still enjoy them, although I do typically try to look for something that makes them stand out. And I never really know, going into it if this is going to be the one that's really going to kind of stand out. But I mean, so far, my thoughts are positive. I mean, it's only been 2 minutes, and I try not to make any kind of judgment at 2 minutes in. But with games like this, I think you can kind of tell rather quickly if it's going to be something that you enjoy or not. And I have always been a fan of robots. For a couple different reasons. One of the main reasons is because if robots ever decide to take over the planet, I want to be on the side that the robots don't massacre all of mankind, and perhaps we could be friends and we could go fishing together or do other things that robots do. I just assume that robots would like to fish because it's a very relaxing experience. I mean, it's catch and release, obviously, unless you're going to eat the fish, but anyway, who knows? I don't really know what robots are going to do. I've never been a robot, never known a robot. And I guess it's hard to say you support robots if you're playing a game where the robots are killing each other, but, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still try to look at it in a very positive way. Yeah, anyway, so let's see, what do we got? We got a robot character, which is what I am. I'm not sure that, I'm a huge fan of how the UI is set up. And I think it's just because of how things are over there. I don't know, I don't know what this line over on the right, I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that is perhaps a timing situation or something. It's got to be something that has some kind of relevance, but I don't know what it is supposed to be. Over on the left, we have our experience gain, but I don't know. I guess just because of where it's at, it feels almost as if it's kind of, I don't want to say in the way, but it just seems to be in a place that I guess isn't where I would expect it to be. I guess I would expect it to be down here or something with my HP. I feel like that would make a little bit more sense. But I'm sure it's something that I'll just kind of grow to get used to. And I do think that the bar on the right is kind of like the overall how much time I have to survive, perhaps. But I am guessing. Progression has been pretty decent. There's copious amounts of health drops, which is nice. Not too thrilled about the weapon upgrades that I've received so far. Aside from some damage increase and the shield things that are like circling around me, I haven't seemed to pick up very much in the way of actual new items, new weapons, which makes me feel like I'm perhaps, you know, maybe there just aren't a lot of options. But the big thing is obviously going to be how does permanent progression work and stuff like that. I think that is the hardest system to have in place for any of these roguelike games, these survivors likes. Well, I died. I got one token. All right, well, let's see. What do we do with the tokens? I need 100 tokens. Jeez, all right. Not sure what I have to do to get the one, get all that, but I didn't. Okay, I see. I actually have to survive the whole time. That's what I get for dying. I didn't die on purpose. I legitimately died because I just didn't do good enough. Better reward seems like a good idea. Although, if I see something for health, that is going to be what I go for the next time. I'm glad we have a dash. A lot of games like this just have decided, I don't know, for some reason, that a dash isn't something that's really all that necessary. Which is such a weird choice to me. Like, I mean, you need something that either allows you to move relatively quickly, relatively soon into everything, or you need the ability to get out of the danger zone quickly, which is what the dash is for. I like that I'm getting absolute hot garbage for my stuff. I like the laser, though. Oh, let's do the energy blades. Those are new to me. Alright, the lightning blast probably would have been a better choice. Because I don't really want enemies to get close to me. I wish we had the ability to re-roll. Actually, you know what? I will say that it seems like this actually is kind of a good choice after all. And I think I'm going to die again because I have had things not really work out for me. Elemental damage, movement speed. Total health would be good. I don't know. Makes a little bit of a difference. 10% of my HP. Yeah, it seems unnecessary. Which definitely sucks that I'm having to use that instead of purchasing upgrades to make my character a bit better, but I mean, it's my own fault. Like, I've been taking some unnecessary risks here. Chose some potentially poor upgrades. I think the green is health, but I'm actually not sure. Yeah, whatever. That didn't work. Let's try it again. I'm just having like an off day, man. I just... Destroy 100 enemies. I can do that. Oh, you know what? The green is not health. The green is actually... It's just better experience. Ah, jeez. I was thinking it was health. No wonder I've been getting my butt handed to me. I've been, like, making some really stupid choices. Seems like the best choice you can make is to put a lot of points in towards getting better rewards. Because the better rewards you get, the better you are going to do towards like leveling up. And maybe the green is that. And I really don't know if I feel like the green actually. You know, it doesn't matter. Let's just keep killing stuff and trying to stay alive. How did I go from, like, having almost full health to suddenly just almost being dead? I like I had one run that was good, and every run after that has been absolute hot garbage. I'm not sure, but I think that trap that I kind of avoided, I think the enemies might actually get damaged by it, which I might be able to use to my advantage if I'm right. Well, the turrets might actually be a good choice. Well, maybe not. Because they don't really do that much damage. Kind of sucks that it like is able to like go so fast. The elite enemy specifically is what I'm talking about. All right, let's see. Oh, it does do damage. Sweet. Well, now I just need to come back over here. Yeah, health over time is good. Good news for once. Energy blades. All right. Well, it's good to know. Next time I get an elite enemy, I just got to kind of come back over here and pull them into the blades. I wonder if anybody remembers the, there used to be a show on the Discovery Channel. I think it was Discovery Channel. Could have been the History Channel. Who knows? But it was basically, you know, robots fighting each other. It was pretty cool. Like, I mean, although they weren't really autonomous robots, they were robots being controlled by people. So really it was like the equivalent of, you know, people having a bunch of dangerous RC cars fighting each other. But it was pretty cool. Like, it was an experience. It was a kind of actually a strange thing to watch when I think about it. I don't really need more pickup range. Like, stop giving me, like, terrible stuff. Give me some good things. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, yeah. That idea is not sound. It works, but it's just not necessarily as good of an idea as I thought it might be. Like, it wouldn't be so bad if there weren't so many enemies, but I can't circle around it fast enough to warrant it taking damage. Given I've got like a bunch of enemies, you know, doing the same thing to me, circling around and trying to destroy me. It wouldn't be so bad if it, like, wasn't taking so much damage. Like, I feel like the amount of elite enemies popping into this versus the amount of damage I've been able to do from my upgrades, it feels like the pacing is a little off. And even with, like, you know, the speed upgrades I've gotten so far, like, I'm still, like, far too slow to really escape at a speed that's kind of quick enough. It makes it feel as though, you know, any chance of success here might actually be far more difficult than I had assumed. Here are the remaining enemies. Alright, we have done it. And I only got 7? Are you kidding me? I did everything I was supposed to do. It sounded like I was supposed to get far more. I have 8. Too expensive. Yeah, because when you look at this, right? Maybe I read it wrong. Yeah. Alright, so given that it obviously is going to take an extreme amount of time to unlock the additional, like, robot tank thing, It's not gonna happen, like, for the demo, like, there's not really any reason for me to do so. Um, and the only way I would suggest you actually did that is if this was, like, pretty much the only game you were playing, or it was one of the very few. But for me, because I'm playing hundreds of, Steam Next Fest demos, I don't have the time to put into, um, unlocking enough of these star points to get the new robot. I would like to, but I just don't have the time to do that. It's just not gonna happen. It's something that I wish was a bit different with any of the demos in general that have additional characters you can play as, um, weapon unlocks and stuff like that. If you have, we'll say, 5 robots that you could potentially play as in the full game, for the demo, maybe give us 2, automatically, or make it a very easy purchase. Um, because you run the risk of, like, all right, well, what if that first robot you play at isn't really that fun? What if people are like, meh, it doesn't really do anything I haven't done before. It's not really something that is going to draw me to the experience. And they look at that second one and are like, the second robot looks pretty cool. I think I'd like to play as it. But then they notice that it's going to take potentially, I don't know, we'll just say an hour to unlock. I don't really know. I'd have to do the math in my head based on average playtime for completing the levels and stuff like that. You gotta also attribute some failure. But anyway, my point is, you're gonna potentially lose people if they look at this and say, well, I have to play as, like, this other character in order to unlock the character I want to play as. And then, I don't know, it could be a little bit of a turnoff, I suppose. For the purpose of, like, the full game, it's not really something I would view too much of as a problem. I do think the prices seem like a bit high, like 100 of the tokens seems like a bit high, especially considering if I fail, there's a possibility that I may only walk away with 2 or 3, maybe only 1 actual token, which means, that's 2,000 minutes, potentially, which, doing the math, that's many hours. Like, that's a long time to play before unlocking the character you want to play as. And I feel like the vast majority of the differences are really going to be because we have different characters, not necessarily that the location's going to be, that much different or anything. But, I mean, it could be wrong. I don't know. I definitely have a little bit of pessimism towards how the unlock system is going to go. But like I said, the developer has a true, or a very good track record for me when it comes to the games they make. I really enjoyed Escape Space. So, this is on my wish list. I look forward to playing it when it comes out. I also really like this style of game. Like, it's just nice to be able to kind of shut my brain off for the most part and just come through and do this stuff. Like, that's part of the thing I like about these games. They're just kind of like simple fun. Nothing overly complex. Just get in there and have yourself a time. It's like having a Merry Christmas on Halloween, It's just, it doesn't always make sense, but why wait? Life is short. Just have a good time doing the things you enjoy, and I enjoy playing games like this, so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm done with that nonsensical talking about whatever. Yeah, and I'm just gonna, I guess, die here real quick to kind of end it. Sorry, my dude, but obviously it's time for you to go. I like it. It's on my wish list. I have the link in the description. I would encourage you to check this out yourself. If you like it, please consider wish listing it. And Thanks for watching.